From the Jeannie Hayes Virtual Studio, this is Marquette Now.
Good evening, I'm Aitza Cabrera.
And I'm Daniel Macias. Breaking news. We have breaking news. Women's basketball head coach Carolyn Keeger just announced her resignation.
Let's go to John Steppe in the newsroom with more information.
Daniel and Aitza, here's what we know right now. Head coach Carolyn Keeger informed her team just a couple of hours ago of her team's departure to Penn State, a team that is in a rebuilding state very similar to what Marquette women's basketball is going through when Keeger started. So far, no word yet from Keeger, but players on the team have been coming in and out of the Al McGuire Center throughout the day. Sophomore guard Selena Lott, who most likely will be the leading scorer next year on next year's team, said that they have not discussed the next steps. A Marquette Athletics statement said a national search for a new coach will begin immediately. Still no word yet from Keeger, but we'll keep you updated, so go to marquettewire.org for continued coverage throughout the night. Daniel and Aitza, back to you guys.
MUPD and MPD are currently investigating the reported death of an individual on campus. Last Friday, MUPD reported a non-Marquette affiliated person died on 19th Street and Wisconsin Avenue. MUPD cannot provide any more information because the investigation is still open.
Getting a haircut may be a routine activity for springtime, but some students took it a little further.
Marquette community members and students did a big chop for charity. Sonia Solani has the story.
The Evans Scholars House hosted Marquette's annual St. Baldrick's event on March 30th.
Should we leave it? Is it good? Is it good?
Bruce Campbell is a retired barber passionate about the foundation.
I got into volunteering by reading an ad in the paper. 11 years ago, they were looking for volunteer cutters to do St. Baldrick. No clue what it was. I called them up. They kind of filled me in. They came down the first year and had such a blast with all the students. It's my 11th year now. Hey, I remember you from last year.
Yeah, I was going to say you did last year.
You have funny hair color.
Yes, that's me.
Yes. Some of them I see like 4 times, each year until they graduate. So it's kind of cool to see aging.
Graduate student John Lohman has been shaving his head for the last 5 years.
It's one of those things where obviously the cause, it's so horrible what these kids are going through. And if there's even the smallest bit that I can do to help out, whether it's raising money or raising awareness.
He hasn't had any hesitations yet. From the Evans Scholars House, I'm Sonia Savlani, Marquette Wire News.
The Department of Biological Science may be doing some new research soon. The Antoni Lab received $1.4 million grant from the National Institute of Health. The grant will help the lab investigate further functions of proteins involved in DNA repair and recombination.
President Michael Lovell announces a search committee for the new permanent provost. The committee includes faculty, staff, students, and trustees. It will be chaired by Lisa Edwards, a professor of counselor education and counseling psychology. The entire committee is listed on the Marquette website.
Many students focus on finding a job after graduation.
The first Helping Professions Career Fair was held last week at the Alumni Memorial Union. Doug Schwamm has a report.
What do students want to do after college? One uniting theme is to serve others. Last Wednesday, the Career Services Center held the first Helping Professions Career Fair. Students and employers were both excited to interact and learn more about each other. Courtney Hansen, the interim director of the Career Services Center, said they wanted to offer a new type of event.
And what we wanted to do was offer something in spring that was for students who wanted to be in the helping professions. A lot of time we'll meet with students and they'll say, I really want to help people, and there's so many different professions that can be related to that.
Angela Masaho is a current master's student in speech-language pathology, and she didn't just learn about job skills, but she also learned about where she may end up living.
They were really helpful with okay, this is where we are, we're by Minneapolis, so it makes you really think about where you want to be after graduation.
Blake Tierney is a master's student in public service nonprofit sector administration. The liveliness in the room made a significant impression on him.
Yeah, everybody had really good energy. There was lots of variety of options of different positions, from part-time, summer, full-time, direct service, admin, and everybody had really good energy and wanted to connect.
Hanson anticipates to holding a similar event next year. For Marquette Wire News, I'm Doug Schwang.
If you're looking for a job and like snacks, keep an eye out for the next Career Forum. The Social Sciences Career Forum happened yesterday in the AMU. Students talked to alum and career counselors about what to do after graduation over snacks and beverages.
Today is Student Employee Appreciation Day. If you're buying a bagel from the brew or talking to the information desk, make sure to say thank you. If you're a student, keep up the good work.
Marquette is celebrating its diversity through the 4th Annual Dreamers Gala. The event is commemorating immigrant students at Marquette for their contribution to campus. Stop by the AMU ballrooms tomorrow from 5 to 8 p.m.
White Privilege is winning yet another award. The play written by Milena Moore was awarded the Citizens Artist Award by the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival selection team. The award recognizes that the production is an important part of campus conversations.
The Church of Jesu is a great place on campus for Catholic students to worship.
However, Marquette needs to accommodate other students of faith.
Margaret Cahill has the story.
Foot bathing might be an unexpected sight in the middle of Marquette's campus.
Basically put it in there and then you just turn on the water and the water would come out and you just rinse the way that you do.
But for the university's Muslim population, they are necessary for Friday prayers. Marquette recently added this foot wash station to the Commons to accommodate the Muslim population, which Muslim Student Association President Faiza Dahlia said came after 6 years of work by the organization.
This is a big step for us here and we're really excited.
Prior to these baths, students would wash their feet in the AMU bathrooms, Junior Nadia Malik explained.
We're here at the AMU, it's a little awkward because when someone walks in, they see your foot in the sink, they're just looking, you're like, what are you doing? So it's really nice that the Commons did have that station over there.
But the issue of providing Muslim students with the resources they need is still not solved. As the Muslim population grows, Dahlia said they still need more space.
So if we can get something bigger that could accommodate to a lot of different people, I think that would be a great compromise.
But this may prove difficult. Malik said it was an uphill battle to even get the space they have.
I mean, I know we're about 1%, but we're still a strong 1%, and we matter just as much as anyone else in the Marquette community because we are the Marquette community.
Campus ministry could not be reached for comment by deadline. From the Commons, I'm Margaret Cahill, Marquette Wire News.
The Annex doesn't often have a live music and show.
Natalie Maniscalco has more about the story after the break.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Home fire drills give your family a plan of action. In a home fire, you may have less than 2 minutes to get out. So when you drill, show everyone 2 ways out of the house, pick a safe meeting spot, and get there in under 2 minutes. Then practice home fire drills at least twice a year. You can even make them fun. So everyone knows the sound and exactly what to do when they hear a smoke alarm. Go to ready.gov/fire drill and learn how to prepare your family for home fires.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest! You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
They were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
It's not every day that you hear live music in the annex.
Last Thursday, 4 different artists performed a variety of music for open mic night. Natalie Maniscalco has the story.
Open Mic Eagle brought in quite the crowd at the Annex this past Thursday. However, most of them were not Golden Eagles. Eagle was joined by Video Dave, Samus, and Dogbed in the heart of Marquette's campus.
I would come by every now and then, because sometimes there's events going by, but otherwise not usually.
Both my parents actually went to law school here. Y'all have great music venue, bowling, bar, what's there not to like, you know?
He was not the only person who enjoyed the venue.
I think it was great. It was really, really great. This is my first time being in Milwaukee, and first of all, the weather was awesome, which was nice. But yeah, the audience was really sweet, really receptive. The vibe was really good, and yeah, I just had a really good time. Yeah, it was a nice way to start the tour.
Although fans came for Mike Eagle, they were pleasantly surprised by one of the opening performances by Samus.
Samus blew me away the most because I'd never heard of her.
I liked Samus a lot. Everything was great, honestly, but Samus was my highlight, yeah.
Thankfully for her fans, Samus enjoyed the show just as much as they did.
I really liked that this show was kind of free and open to the public, so there were folks here who were students, there were folks here who had just heard about the show through Twitter and other places, so I would absolutely come back here.
For the Marquette Wire, I'm Natalie Maniscalco.
There for me when it all disappears. Thanks, y'all.
Next week is Pride Week at Marquette. Pride Prom kicks off the week this Saturday, and events next week include fundraisers and film screenings. The LGBTQ+ Resource Center is holding the event from 8 to 11 p.m. in the AMU ballrooms.
This Saturday is the Milwaukee Marathon. The race starts at 7 a.m. and will make its course through downtown Milwaukee. Runners can choose to run a full marathon, a half marathon, or a 5K.
Do you have family coming to town this weekend? The Haggerty Museum of Art is hosting Family Day on Saturday. It will be presenting its Great Lakes Cycle Art exhibit from noon to 4 p.m.
Marquette announced that New York Times columnist David Brooks will be the 2019 commencement speaker. Brooks is a New York Times best-selling author and political commentator. The ceremony will take place May 19th.
Several Marquette professors have a hidden passion for poetry.
At an International Poetry Day celebration Monday, 5 professors presented poetry at Rainer Memorial Library. Sean Bush has a story.
Poetry is often called the language of the soul. So it was fitting that Monday afternoon in Rainer Memorial Library, various faculty members celebrated International Poetry Day. Whether the poems were presented in English, Spanish, German, or French, Marquette professors beautifully illustrated why poetry has the power to transcend borders.
I felt that all of those poems were speaking to one and the same concern. Why are we here? What is like living inside a skin and being human and feeling pain and joy, and fundamentally what it's like wanting to be loved. And I think that's what poetry is about, and that what poetry speaks to, and it humanizes us that way and connects us.
For Dr. Diakite, poetry is a vehicle for expression like none other.
For me, poetry is essentially a place, a space of freedom, a space where I can be me, where I can say the things that the society doesn't allow me to say, where I can almost duplicate my own self.
Roses are red, violets are blue. No place is quite as beautiful as our home at MU. From the Marquette Wire newsroom, I'm Sean Bush.
How nice has it been these last few weeks, Aitza?
I know, right? I can't wait for weekend plans. Autumn, how's the weather going to be this week?
Well, April, it's been really great so far, but we might see some of those showers coming in the next couple days. Right now in Milwaukee, we are at 53 degrees, with humidity at 55, and winds coming from the northwest at 13. Tonight we're going to cool down up in Superior. We're looking at 24 degrees. Green Bay 29, and down in Milwaukee where we'll stay at 36 degrees. Looking towards tomorrow, up in Superior we're going to stay about the same at 37 degrees. Green Bay 45, and Milwaukee 40 degrees. Tonight looks to be a little bit chillier, with humidity at 55 and winds coming from the northeast at 10 to 20. Tomorrow will stay the same, 40 degrees, and winds coming from the northeast at 16 degrees. Looking forwards, these are the rainy showers I talked about. On Friday, it looks to be 52 degrees as a high and 40 as a low. Saturday, 51 as a high and 45 as a low. Sunday at 52 as a high and 47 as a low. Monday, partially cloudy at 47 as a high and 39 as a low. And Tuesday, 44 as a high and 36 as a low. That's all we have for weather today, and we'll catch up with you guys after the break.
Operation Wonder Park is a go!
There's nothing more powerful than imagination.
Honey, have you seen my cell phone?
But don't just imagine.
My park came to life?
Ooh, a plot twist!
Use STEM to build, create,
she did it,
and change the world.
Who's with me?
I'm more of a 2 feet on the ground kind of guy.
It's gonna hurt tomorrow.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Marquette Now. I'm Zoe Comfort with your Marquette Sports Update. If you weren't here at the beginning of the newscast, the university released a statement this afternoon that Carolyn Keeger is leaving Marquette to take over the head coaching position at Penn State. The Marquette alumna ends her career 99-64 overall and 56-34 with a record in the Big East. She led the program to 3 consecutive NCAA tournament appearances, a Big East championship. The announcement comes after a historic season with 27 wins, a second-round berth in March Madness with her personally recruited senior class. Tuesday morning, Marcus Howard earned a spot on the Associated Press All-American second team. The Big East leading scorer finished the season averaging 25 points, including a career-high 53 points, January 9th against Creighton. And Monday, women's basketball senior guard Natisha Heidemann joined Crystal Ellis as the only 2 Golden Eagles to be selected for the AP All-America Honorable Mention team. The unanimous Big East Player of the Year set a record for most threes made with 301 total and 93 in her final season. That is why she will be one of 8 players selected for the Women's 3-Point Championship roster. The College Slam Dunk 3-Point Championships will take place April 4th in Minnesota. In more unfortunate news, the Marquette tradition of losing to Villanova continued with both lacrosse programs Saturday afternoon. Despite Andrew Romagnoli's hat trick and 2 goals each from John Wagner, Connor McClellan, Holden Patterson, and Luke Anderson, the Golden Eagles fell 15-11 to the Wildcats. Marquette trailed 10-4 in the third quarter, but the Golden Eagles were able to pull it back to 10-9. However, the Wildcats went on a 3-0 run to complete the victory. Meanwhile, at Valley Fields, women's lacrosse fell 15-13 in the Big East opener to Villanova. Charlotte McGuire, Lindsay Wilcox, and Shea Garcia each recorded hat tricks, but the Golden Eagles trailed 9-4 heading into halftime. The Wildcats were on a 6-0 run from the end of the first half into the second. The Golden Eagles went on their own 7-0 run to tie the game at 11. However, Villanova put a halt on Marquette's scoring and notched 2 goals in the last 4 minutes for the victory. There's a doubleheader at Valley Field Saturday. First, it is senior day for head coach Joe Amplo and his team at noon against St. John's. Right after that, head coach Meredith Black and her squad host Butler at 4 p.m. In tennis action, the men's team has won 6 of the last 7 matches. They swept Villanova and Youngstown State University 2 weekends ago at home. This past Saturday, they beat the University of Nebraska in Omaha 6-1 and swept Creighton 7-0 Sunday. Women's tennis is going through a bit of a rough patch, losing 5 of the last 6 matches. However, the team swept Butler Sunday in Indianapolis. This could be the turnaround for the Golden Eagles. There's a doubleheader at Hellfair this Friday and Sunday. Marquette men's kicks off against Wright State University at 11 a.m. and the women host St. John's at 4 p.m. Friday. Then, Sunday, the women take on Seton Hall at 9 a.m. and the men face off against St. John's at noon. Make sure to head over to Hellfair either of the days because after this weekend, there won't be any more tennis matches. That's all I have for sports. Stay tuned because after the break, Donna Sarkar will have Down to the Wire.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
Hey! There are amazing things to discover in the forest.
Toothless, time to go!
What you picking up on, bud? It's a whole hidden world of wonders. And the perfect place to spend time with family. What better place to let your imagination soar? Experience nature and create a memory you can share. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
On Down to the Wire tonight, we will learn more about first-generation students.
Donna Sarkar talks to Emma Thomas about her story.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's edition of Down to the Wire. I'm Donna and I have Emma here with me today, and she recently did an article on a website created for first-generation students by Marquette. Hey Emma, how's it going?
Hey Donna, it's going good. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for being here tonight.
Of course.
So to start off, tell me a little bit about this website. Why was it created and who was it created for?
So the website was created by students and faculty at Marquette for first-generation students to kind of give them resources to questions that they may have that it might be hard for them to kind of find answers to. And it was just kind of to act like a support system for these students who may be struggling.
Sure. So what is kind of the aim of the website? What resources does it provide?
So it provides information about academics and finances, but it's really cool because it also provides a network system of faculty at Marquette that the first-generation students are able to reach out to.
Sure, that's awesome. And I know you talked to some first-generation students in your article, so what did they kind of have to say about this website?
They were really excited about it. They thought it would be a great resource, and they're excited to kind of learn more. They think it'll help other students coming into Marquette, and they're excited to reach out to a lot of the contacts on the network system.
Sure, that's great that Marquette's helping them do this.
Yeah.
When was the website launched exactly?
So the website was launched before spring break, but they held the announcement until after, just so more people would be aware of it.
Sure. And are there any changes that are going to be made to the website?
Right now it's in its initial stages, and they're kind of unsure. They're kind of going to see how it reacts with the first-generation students and then go from there.
Sure. And then what are some of the challenges that, first-generation students said they had? And do you think the website will be able to help ease some of these challenges?
Yeah, so when a lot of first-generation students are applying to college, they're kind of unsure, and sometimes all of that responsibility may fall on themselves.
Sure.
When every student applies to college, it's kind of a challenge, but for most students, their parents also went through similar processes so they can help out. But sometimes first-generation students are all on their own, so this website is supposed to act as a resource to kind of give them the information that they need.
Sure, it sounds like a great opportunity that students have, so I'm glad that this is happening.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here. That's all the
course.
time we have tonight, so back to you.
That's all we have for you tonight. I'm Daniel Macias.
And I'm Maitza Cabrera. Good night, Marquette.